And to kind of like pivot back onto the wrestling talk, I wanted to get your opinion on something, Matt, and I'm pretty sure that we'll probably disagree on this. And this has to do with NXT because supposedly Vince McMahon is taking more of a hands-on approach for the week-to-week shows. And this was essentially confirmed on the Observer this week that he's going to be pretty much is going to be helping out running these shows now. What is your thought on this? Are you concerned or what? How are you feeling if this is true?
If it's true, not surprised at all. When you told me this, I'm all like, wait, Vince is taking control of something that isn't part of his business.
Well, and on top of that, he was supposedly said that he is very frustrated that NXT is continuously losing against Dynamite too.
I mean, if it's true, I could see that. I mean, I'm not surprised. What I would
concerned.
I don't know how much concerned I am. I can see at least, and I think we saw it with this week, more main roster talent coming down.
Also, to a lot more skits, a lot more segments to than what we would typically see on a week of NXT. You know,
Are you talking about something that happened recent with?
Yeah, it was
Undisputed?
basically, it was like basically this week. I felt like you saw more skits, more specifically with the Adam Cole
Undisputed Era.
Yeah, Undisputed Era stuff there.
I'd say I don't know. Yeah, I it's maybe it's I don't know if that's directly Vince. I think maybe they're. See, I don't want to say like this is definitely happening because not everything the Observer says is
We'll find
true.
out. We will find out in the next few weeks who is really writing these shows.
I think it's still mainly Triple H, Michaels, Road Dogg,
Hopefully.
and all that is taking at least majority control. I think maybe they're just doing stuff maybe to add stuff to change it up, so it's not just completely wrestling.
Which is not a bad thing because that has been one of my criticisms is that there is too much wrestling on.
So I don't think it's that for that aspect. I don't think it's that bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think it changes it up. Like that the Gargano Candice stuff in their dinner in their dining room, and then
which was kind of different because we hadn't really seen that sort of thing before from NXT. So
and then the response from Keith Lee and
like
Miriam pairing in that, like stuff like that. It's something like different than just it's 2 hours wrestling, some story getting built, but nothing outside. I mean, I want to see when everything somewhat gets back to normal, whenever the hell that's going to be, how these shows are produced, and that's across the board.
I will say this: so if he is indeed taking NXT and pretty much being in charge, I'm concerned, and it has nothing to do with NXT's presentation or talent or whatever. It's just Vince has a track record, and especially with the last few years with his shows, they've been for the most part not good. So like as far as like how he portrays characters or just consistently micromanages everything going on, like that I think is going to be really obvious And when I saw this, I immediately sank. I'm like, if he like thinks that basically his style is going to actually work in gaining more people, I don't think that's going to really happen, because even when they had the whole thing on Survivor Series, Matt, that was good for I think a week or two, and they weren't exactly killing AEW at the from there either. So I'm not sure, even if he implements this, if there's going to be any big time results either.
Well, it's, to me, we have to wait and see if it's actually true, because I again, with stuff on the internet, I don't always believe at least reports stuff. Yeah. Who knows if it's actually true? So I don't get worked up on it. I hear it, I read it, and then if it comes to fruition, then okay, then we knew it. But I'm not gonna worry about it until like something obviously drastically happens.
Yeah. I mean, like, it would kind of make sense to me too, because more so to do with Karrion Kross, just because I can't recall the last person ever on the NXT brand where they just pushed that person pretty much as soon as they debuted right to the very top. Like even people such as Ciampa, Adam Cole, Bobby Roode, etc., Nakamura, they were built up over a longer period of time. It's just it's very different from how typically that they
at least guys. At least in the meantime, at least now they're not having Cross face Cole right away. They're doing the United States North American Championship next week, triple threat, and the winner of that goes on to face Cole for winner take all, which is presumably
Finn.
No, maybe. Presumably, maybe Cole's last stand on the way.
I would think so,
to get him off, because after this,
I think pretty much after SummerSlam, he'll be on either Raw or SmackDown at that point, because, and we've talked about this, there's nothing else for him to do at this point.
Ad nauseum, he's done everything.
He's won every title. He's feuded with everyone. He's been in so many high pivotal moments. Like,
he's peaked. He's one of top 5 NXT superstars that they've had,
and
arguably.
Like, honestly, if you wanted to keep him there, I think you would probably have to split up the Undisputed Era and maybe turn him face, because currently as a heel, he's pretty much done everything now. So it's just like, you don't know where else to go with him. But